a very good cost profile in terms of its relatively low cost, both in terms of the capex and the opex for the project. So even in poor lithium markets, this project would do well.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Atlantic Lithium Executive Chairman Neil Herbert. Neil, good morning. Very good to speak with you. You've been granted a mine operating permit for your flagship Ewoyaa lithium project in Ghana. So a significant milestone for the company.
Yes, indeed. So this is part of our ongoing efforts to complete the permitting on the project. Obviously, last month we completed the environmental permitting, which is a very important step. We now have the mine operating permit in itself, which is one of the most important permits that we require. And we are looking forward to receiving a ratification of the mining lease, which is a parliamentary process. We actually received the mining lease last October. So we should have that later this month or early next month.
What are the next steps then, Neil, as you move towards construction of the project?
So very importantly for us, obviously, is to complete the permitting. Once we've actually got through this current permitting stage, and we look forward to actually being able to set a date for breaking ground on the project and beginning the construction next year. And if you look at the timeline to take the project to production, it takes about 2 years to actually start up the production process. So we could actually be in production by around the end of 2026 and looking for achieving full production in 2027.
Neil, talk to us about the significance of this project, because it would be Ghana's first lithium mine, if I'm right.
Correct. I mean, and Ghana is a very good mining jurisdiction and has very good infrastructure, very good personnel. All our personnel in country are Ghanaians because of the wide range of experience and education that you have in the mining sector in Ghana. But there is no lithium mine at this point in time, so we will be the first, which is very significant. And in itself, it's a very significant mine. It will be one of the largest hard rock lithium mines in the world when it comes to production. And it will also has a very good cost profile in terms of its relatively low cost, both in terms of the capex and the opex for the project. So even in poor lithium markets, this project would do well.
You mentioned poor lithium markets, Neil, and I mean, lithium prices have been under pressure. There's a lot of M&A activity going on at the moment. How do you see the dynamics?
I think that the sector as a whole is ripe for consolidation. So you've got a number of relatively small companies that have been set up over the last 10 years as people were catering for this. And inevitably, there is consolidation now underway in the sector. And I think we'll see a lot more of that over the next few years as people look to actually build out larger companies and take advantage of economies of scale.
And we had that Rio Tinto deal announced earlier this week. So the start of something bigger, perhaps.
Indeed, everyone's talking about M&A in the sector. And obviously people come and talk to us about M&A, but we're very much here dedicated to taking the project to production. Obviously, if there is a M&A opportunity, we would consider it, but the management of the company is entirely focused on taking the project forward.
Well, Neil, I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress. Thank you very much for the update today.
Thank you very much indeed.
As Atlantic Lithium Executive Chairman Neil Herbert.